open seat in Formula One. You are the absolute best.
The story begins with a car racer named Sonny Hayes speeding through the middle of an intense race. One of his rival teammates overtakes him, forcing Sonny to push even harder to regain the lead. Ignoring the brakes completely, he keeps accelerating, leaving his crew on edge as they watch from the pit lane. But this fearless and reckless style is what defines Sonny Hayes. With skillful control and relentless pace, he manages to reclaim the lead for his team. Before the final lap ends, he urges his teammate not to lose the position. They cross the finish line victorious. After the win, Sonny follows his usual ritual. He refuses to touch the trophy, as victory means nothing to him beyond the prize money. Once paid, he walks away without a second glance. This particular race had been a one-time deal, and now his work with the team is done. Later that evening, Sonny sits quietly inside a small laundromat when an old friend, Ruben, approaches him. Ruben owns a Formula One racing team that is collapsing under $300 million in debt. His team sits at the bottom of the standings, and with 9 races left in the season, they must win at least one to avoid being shut down and sold. Ruben believes Sonny is the only one who can turn things around, but Sonny isn't interested. Ruben pleads with him, pointing out that Sonny's years of experience could balance out his other driver, a young rookie named Joshua Pearce. Together, Ruben insists they could bring the team back to life. When Sonny refuses to commit, Ruben leaves behind 2 flight tickets, hoping he'll change his mind.
An open seat in Formula One. You are the absolute best.
The scene shifts to the team's base, where Joshua Pearce is completing a series of practice laps. Afterward, the engineers inspect his car for performance issues, while the team's technical director, Kate, asks for his feedback. Joshua, still inexperienced, can't provide any useful insights. His manager pulls him aside and warns him that the team's financial troubles could soon force a sale. If that happens, Joshua must prove his worth or risk losing his career before it truly begins. Just then, Sonny Hayes arrives at the facility. Ruben greets him warmly, but the rest of the crew looks uncertain. Ruben announces that Sonny is here for a trial run, though even the team principal appears skeptical. Sonny calmly tells them to give him Joshua's lap time as a target, promising to walk away if he's slower by even a single second. He studies every detail of Joshua's lap and the car's setup before heading to the track. The mechanics exchange bets, eager to see what the veteran can do. As soon as Sonny begins his run, his car loses balance and spins on the track. He quickly recovers and starts again, initially struggling to control the car. His pace trails behind Joshua's, but in the final sector, Sonny pushes to the absolute limit. His car crashes into the barrier, leaving the team rushing toward him. Calm as ever, he climbs out and immediately points out mechanical flaws to Kate. When the timing sheet appears, it shows that Sonny's lap was 500 milliseconds faster than Joshua's benchmark.
He passed. It's a second.
It's a start.
The story then turns back to Joshua, who faces pressure from his manager to improve his public image. At home, he vents his frustration to his mother, admitting that if the team keeps losing, his place in Formula One will be in danger. Adding to his annoyance, an older driver has now joined the team, stealing attention from him. Soon, news breaks across the racing world. Sonny Hayes is making a return to Formula One. Decades earlier, his career had ended after a devastating crash. Though he attempted a comeback 10 years later, it failed. He even worked as a cab driver in New York City at one point. Now he's joining a team that has never finished in the top 10 in its entire history. A press conference follows, featuring both Sonny and Joshua. Joshua mockingly tells reporters that the team is now giving chances to old men. When the media turn to Sonny, they question him about his personal life, his gambling past, and 3 failed marriages. Sonny remains unfazed, offering little in response. When race day finally arrives, Sonny reaches the circuit before anyone else, including Joshua. Meanwhile, Joshua's mother insists that he apologize to Sonny for his behavior at the press conference. Joshua reluctantly gives Sonny a half-hearted apology before the race. Both Ruben and Sonny feel tense, knowing how important this event is for the team. Moments before it begins, Ruben introduces Sonny to an investor named Peter Banning, the only board member who truly believes in the team's potential to win. As the cars line up on the grid, Sonny sits quietly in his seat, questioning himself. He wonders what he's even doing there after so many years away from racing. When the formation lap begins and the other drivers start moving, Sonny stays still. The commentators quickly pick up on it, speculating that he's lost touch with modern racing and no longer understands how to handle the car. Then, without warning, Sonny accelerates and moves to the back of the grid, revealing that it was all part of his plan. His tires are now much hotter than everyone else's, giving him a crucial advantage when the lights go out. As the race begins, he surges forward, overtaking car after car. He even manages to pass a Red Bull, but once the others' tires heat up, they begin reclaiming their positions. Joshua heads to the pit stop, and his crew completes the tire change in 7 seconds. When Sonny pits, his stop takes over 9 seconds, costing him valuable time. Back on the track, both teammates find themselves racing close together. Joshua radios his team, demanding that Sonny let him through, but Sonny refuses. He's not giving up his position. The two begin fighting each other aggressively on track. Ruben, watching from the pit wall, shouts in frustration. Their battle ends in disaster when the cars collide, taking both drivers out of the race. Joshua storms back to the garage in anger, furious about the team's chaos, while Sonny remains calm, telling him that mistakes happen and this one was his. He also warns the team principal never to order him to surrender his position again. Later, Joshua confronts Sonny once more, but as soon as he notices the cameras nearby, he forces a smile for the reporters. Sonny looks at him and remarks coldly that he hasn't done anything yet to deserve that smile, that none of the other drivers on the grid respect them.
Old man,
What was that?
you okay? You made a mistake.
Hey, I love this guy,
Don't worry
man.
about it, Jody.
No! Stop!
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Afterward, Sonny heads for an ice bath to recover, but Ruben confronts him angrily, already regretting his decision to bring him back. Sonny ignores the criticism and instead asks about Kate, the team's technical director and the first woman to hold such a position in Formula One. Ruben warns him that she isn't someone who will fall for his charm. Sonny goes to see her anyway. Direct and confident, he asks how she managed to come this far in such a competitive environment. Kate already knows Ruben warned her about him, but Sonny doesn't waste time on small talk. He tells her the truth: their car can't beat other teams on the straights. Their only hope lies in the corners. He insists the car must be redesigned immediately. Kate refuses, telling him that she'll start listening only after he finishes a race. What follows is a sharp contrast between the two teammates. Joshua relies on modern simulations and data analysis, while Sonny depends on instinct, muscle memory, and the lessons of experience. Their approaches couldn't be more different. Yet slowly, Joshua begins to study Sonny's methods, curious about who this old racer really is and how he continues to perform. The next race arrives. Joshua tells Sonny to race cleanly this time, without heroics. But once again, once the lights go out, the two find themselves locked in battle on the track. Sonny's tire suddenly punctures, and he suggests switching to soft compounds. The team refuses, warning that the heat will destroy them too quickly. Sonny refuses to push forward on worn tires, forcing the team to follow his judgment. He pits for softs and rejoins the race. Moments later, he deliberately nudges his car's front wing against another, triggering a collision that brings out the safety car. The safety car slows down the entire field. Sonny returns to the pits, gets his damaged front wing replaced, and goes back out. Moments later, he repeats the same maneuver, causing another collision and another safety car. This time, his risky move works in Joshua's favor. Over the radio, Sonny tells the crew to pass along a message. Tell Joshua to keep pushing and to save his tires. Joshua is currently running in 10th place. Then Sonny deliberately crashes his own car into the trackside banners, bringing out a third safety car. The move gives Joshua the perfect opportunity to pit for fresh tires. If the stop takes less than 3 seconds, he can hold on to his position. The pit crew executes it flawlessly, and Joshua exits still in 10th place. For the first time in the team's history, Ruben's outfit finishes inside the top 10. The crew erupts in celebration, but Sonny remains composed. He tells Joshua not to get too excited about finishing 10th. Later, he reminds Kate about their earlier deal, and this time, she begins implementing his suggestions for redesigning the car. The story moves ahead to the Italian Grand Prix. Sonny outlines his plan for the race. Everyone's attention will be on him and his aggressive driving style, allowing Joshua to quietly move up and secure the team's first real victory.
Look at him. Start me on hards. Everyone's wondering if I'm going to drive him off track. Watching out for him. You win us this race.
When the race begins, Sonny uses his strategy to perfection. He creates openings, blocks competitors, and helps Joshua climb steadily through the field. His main focus is Max Verstappen, the race leader. Sonny slows him down just enough to give Joshua room to rise all the way to fourth place. Then the weather shifts dramatically. Rain begins to pour, and most drivers switch to wet weather tires. Joshua decides to stay out on slicks, a risky move that pays off when he climbs to second place. Sonny targets Verstappen again, planning to hold him up long enough for Joshua to take the lead. After a pit stop, Sonny rejoins the race just ahead of Verstappen and begins slowing him strategically. But by regulation, he eventually has to yield the position. As Joshua closes in, Sonny prepares him for the perfect overtake, instructing him to wait for the straight and be patient. Joshua ignores the advice. He lunges too early, loses control, and crashes violently into the barriers. Sonny stops his own car immediately, runs to the wreck, and pulls Joshua from the flames. Joshua is rushed to the hospital in critical condition. His mother confronts Sonny in anger, blaming him for pushing her son into taking such a dangerous risk. She refuses to listen to his explanations and warns him never to let anything like this happen again. Soon after, Sonny faces the press. The media swarm him with accusations, holding him responsible for Joshua's crash. Meanwhile, Joshua, recovering at home, learns that he will be sidelined for the next 3 races. While Joshua heals, Kate begins modifying the car further, using Sonny's feedback to perfect its design. Sonny rallies the entire crew, motivating them under what he calls Plan C combat mode. In the next race, he finishes 9th. The following one, he climbs to 7th. As the team finds its rhythm, Joshua continues his recovery, watching from afar as Sonny and the crew push harder than ever. In time, Sonny secures a 5th-place finish, marking another milestone for the struggling team. But instead of being inspired, Joshua grows jealous. 3 races later, he returns to the track. Before the next event, he stands in the paddock watching fans cheer for Sonny, bitterness filling his eyes. When the lights go out, Joshua drives aggressively, chasing Sonny with reckless intensity. In his desperation to prove himself, he collides with Sonny, sending both cars spinning off the track. Sonny's race is over. The garage falls silent before erupting in frustration. Everyone is furious. Even Sonny loses his temper this time. He shouts at Joshua, warning him never to pull something like that again. If Joshua wants to ruin his own career, that's his choice. But Sonny tells him he's seen countless so-called prodigies rise and fall. What he won't tolerate is betrayal not of Ruben and not of the team. Kate witnesses the entire confrontation from a distance.
I listen to you anyway, man. Hey. Come and go. No one cares. Ruben, who backed you, you sabotaged. I won't let you do it.
Thanks, Coach.
Get your
A few days later, everyone heads to Las Vegas after both Sonny and Joshua receive identical invitation cards. It turns out Kate had called them there deliberately. She tells them plainly that if they don't find a way to make things work, the entire team will be finished. To ease the tension, Kate decides to settle the question of who should be their #1 driver in an unconventional way through a poker game. As they play, she asks both men to open up about their frustrations with each other. Sonny tells Joshua to stop wasting time on social media and his phone and to focus completely on racing. In the end, Joshua wins the poker game and leaves to attend a sponsor's party. After he's gone, Sonny flirts lightly with Kate, but she shuts him down, saying she'd never get involved with a teammate, especially one who just lost. Sonny then reveals his cards, showing that he had actually won the game after all. That night, Sonny wakes up from a nightmare about his old racing accident. Unable to sleep, he steps out onto the balcony where Kate joins him. The two begin talking, and for the first time, Sonny opens up about his past. He tells her that when he was young, he was incredibly fast and was destined to become Formula One's next champion. But a single crash destroyed everything: his career, his confidence, and his love for the sport. He explains that eventually, he began driving again, any car he could get his hands on, because in those brief moments behind the wheel, he still felt alive. As he speaks, his voice softens. He describes how, during races long ago, time seemed to slow down, his heartbeat would steady, and everything would become perfectly clear. He admits that he's been chasing that feeling ever since, hoping it will return someday. Their quiet moment is interrupted when Ruben arrives, asking Kate about Sonny, already suspecting he's inside. Ruben brings bad news. The F1 directors have received a report claiming that the team's recent car modifications violate regulations. Someone from within the team has leaked their secrets. Because of the allegations, the officials have ordered the team to use their old cars again. Ruben insists they've done nothing wrong and that all modifications were pre-approved. But the decision is final. When the race begins, everything is against them. Sonny doesn't even have his set of lucky cards, the ones he always carried. Frustrated and reckless, he drives without listening to the crew's instructions. Pushing too hard, he loses control and crashes violently. At the hospital, Ruben visits him. Standing beside his bed, he asks Sonny the question weighing on both their minds: why do they even continue with this sport? Then he hands Sonny his old medical reports. They reveal that Sonny has a fractured neck, and due to an earlier severe head injury, he has long been at risk of vision loss, paralysis, or even death. Ruben explains that these weren't new results, they were from 30 years ago, meaning Sonny should never have returned to racing at all. Defeated, Ruben finally ends it. He tells Sonny that, as of that day, he is no longer part of the team. Outside the hospital room, Joshua overhears everything. Without saying a word, he walks away and begins training relentlessly, determined to prove himself. Meanwhile, investor Peter Banning visits Sonny. He reveals that ever since Sonny joined, several major buyers have shown interest in the team. He offers Sonny a new opportunity to build something of his own. Peter promises to create a brand new racing team. It will belong to him, but Sonny will serve as the team principal.
Make you a very rich man. With the changing regulations, 2 new drivers.
What about Ruben?
Don't worry.
Peter promised Sonny that with his help, they would have a real shot at winning the next championship. He told him not to worry about Ruben, saying he would give him an honorary position once the deal was complete. Peter planned to finalize the takeover after the upcoming race. He then admitted the truth: he was the one who had forged the fake documents that sabotaged Ruben's team, ensuring it would fail so that he could take control. The story shifts to the final race of the season. Before it begins, Joshua confesses to his mother that the crash from the previous race had been his fault. Sonny had told him to wait, but he hadn't listened. Wanting to start fresh, Joshua dismisses his manager and decides to shut out all media distractions. He wants nothing but to focus on racing. On the morning of the race, he leads his entire crew on a jog, a routine he had learned from Sonny. Meanwhile, Peter prepares to seal his deal, and Ruben watches helplessly as his team begins slipping from his grasp. But at that moment, Sonny Hayes makes his return. He arrives with a legal document stating that neither Ruben nor the team would be held responsible for his medical condition. Ruben tells him to forget it, but Sonny refuses. "Even if it kills me," he says, "I'll race." Then comes unexpected good news. The modified cars are reinstated after investigators prove the incriminating documents were fake. Peter is stunned to see Sonny back on the grid. The final race begins. Early in the race, Sonny feels a sharp jolt through his body but keeps driving, refusing to stop. As always, his role is to slow down the race leaders so Joshua can move up. With careful precision, Joshua climbs through the field and reaches first place without even changing his tires. But soon, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc overtake him, forcing Joshua to pit for fresh tires. To help him recover, Sonny slows down a Ferrari leaving the pit lane, allowing Joshua to rejoin the track in fourth. The two now run side by side in third and fourth position. When other drivers ahead pit, Joshua moves back into first. Now all he has to do is defend his lead, but his tires are worn, and the Ferraris and Mercedes are closing in fast. Ruben begins to lose hope until George Russell collides with Sonny. The crash brings out a red flag, halting the race. Ruben calls it a miracle. The stoppage allows every car to make repairs and change tires, giving both Sonny and Joshua a crucial advantage. Yet questions arise: had Sonny caused the crash on purpose? After review, the stewards rule in his favor, issuing no penalty. When the race restarts, Hamilton leads in first, Leclerc follows in second, and Joshua and Sonny line up in third and fourth with fresh tires. Working together, Sonny helps Joshua push forward again. They overtake Leclerc, leaving only Hamilton ahead. To get past him, one of them must make a sacrifice. Sonny makes the choice. He slows Hamilton just enough to give Joshua the opening he needs to take the lead, but Hamilton fights back fiercely, retaking position and battling Joshua wheel to wheel. The fight ends in disaster when they collide, sending both out of the race. That leaves Sonny in first place. Alone on the final lap, he feels the calm he had been searching for, the peace he once described when time slows and everything becomes clear. He races down the straight like lightning and crosses the finish line, achieving the dream that had driven him for decades. The team erupts in celebration. Joshua smiles, proud of what they've achieved. Ruben secures another 3 years with the team, while Peter's scheme collapses entirely. Even in victory, Sonny stays true to himself. He refuses to touch the trophy, simply saying goodbye to Kate before walking away from the track for good. His deal and his journey is complete, and this is where the movie ends. Let us know in the comments how you liked the explanation. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.